Hi guys, it's ALCHEMY. How's everyone doing? Good, I hope. I know what you're gonna say. Where have you been? What have you been doing? Why aren't you uploading videos so much anymore? It's not anything bad. I've just been a little bit of a funk and taken a little bit of time for myself. And honestly, I think I probably burnt myself out. If any of you guys watch me regularly, you would have seen that I did a sample September video where I tried a different perfume every single day in September. I actually had done that in August as well. And I think it's known as a burnout. So I kind of burned myself out. Work's been really busy. There's just a couple of things going on, to be honest, but don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. I thought I'd try and ease myself back in to doing videos again by doing a questions and answers video, because there have been questions and they always keep coming. So let's just find out what you guys have been asking of late, shall we say. Okay, so the first question comes from Pippon Pink. And it says, this was on my Zoologist Bat review, and it says, will you be reviewing the new Dragonfly soon? The answer to that question is yes. Actually, I was very lucky that Victor sent me a 10mm set of all of the new things from Zoologist, which is always a joyous occasion. And Dragonfly is one of them, and upon trying them briefly and also with members of my Facebook group, Dragonfly seemed to be the resounding favourite. I think it's my favourite of all of the new Zoologist releases, so I will make it the next Zoologist that I review. I make you that promise. Thanks for your question. The next question is from Sport Science, and this was on my Miller Harris Spotlight video I did where I smelled a bunch of the samples from them, and it says, hi, I get upset why you didn't review Violetta Ida by Miller Harris. Can you do it, please? Well, please don't be upset. I don't like to upset people. It's not what I'm about. I don't like that. It's just perfume. It's just smelly water, as they say in the fragrance community. The reason I didn't do it is because it wasn't part of the set. If it was in the set, I probably would have talked about it, but basing it on the fact of the way I felt about the Miller Harris perfumes, I don't personally feel like I would seek any more of them out to review. So, not to upset you anymore, but I probably won't be reviewing or talking about that fragrance. I have to be honest, I didn't really enjoy Miller Harris perfumes that much, and that's just the honest truth. But please don't be upset, okay? The next question comes from Anna Rodnarine, did I say that right? I'm not sure. This was on my Eau Capitale fragrance review by Diptyque, which happens to be my second favourite from the brand. I think it's really good, and I've kind of fallen in love with it recently. Well, over the last year, I've fallen in love with it, let's just say that. Anna says, hello Thomas, another afternoon watching your videos one by one, some even over and over again. Wow, are you not bored of me yet? It's become an addiction and I love it. I have a quick question. If you were to pick 4 fragrances, one for each destination, which ones would you go with? Antarctica, or a similarly cold place, tropical island, hiking in the woods, and an elegant dinner in a fancy restaurant. Thank you for your fragrance picks. I am waiting for the upcoming Q&A like a desert for the rain. Well, hopefully it's raining right now, Anna. This one's going to take a little bit of thought, okay? I'm going to have to think about it. So, Antarctica or similarly cool place, I can definitely think of one. It would be Alexander, and it's by a really cool brand called Arquiste. This perfume is actually themed on the snowy forests of Russia. And it's one of the coldest violets I've smelled. It's got orange blossom in there actually for a little bit of warmth, but it's about birch leaves. It's an icy vodka note. It is a cold, kind of wintry violet that's very dry. So that would definitely be the Antarctica one. What was the next place? I have to go back. A tropical island. Gosh, tropical islands are kind of the places that I like to visit when I go on holiday, because it's the furthest thing away from the UK that I can find. So tropical islands for me, I will always choose white florals actually, because they sing in very hot weather. So I'm going to choose Terracotta by Guerlain, I wore this perfume when I went to New Zealand and it was very, very hot. Not tropical, but it worked so well in really hot weather. So I'm gonna say Terracotta by Guerlain. Hiking in the woods, this one has just brought forth a memory for me because I recently went on a bike ride with my best friend. She said, come to my house, we'll go for a bike ride. Something to know about me, I don't really exercise that much. I don't exercise, but I also don't sit still. I'm on my feet every day and I walk everywhere, I don't really drive, so. But hiking in the woods, I went on a bike ride with my friend. Little did I know it was going to be a 30-kilometer bike ride, but I chose L'Ombre dans l'Eau by Diptyque, which to me is a foresty rose. I thought about it before I went and I thought, what kind of fragrance do you wear on a bike ride through woods, off-road kind of thing? And I wore L'Ombre dans l'Eau, and every time I pulled up behind her, because she was always ahead, because, you know, she cycles a lot and I don't, she said, oh gosh, I can really smell you. I can really smell that perfume you're wearing. So yeah, L'Ombre dans l'Eau by Diptyque. It's a blackcurrant bud, petitgrain, rose, blackcurrant leaf, foresty type of rose perfume. So that one. An elegant dinner in a fancy restaurant. This is something that I do quite a lot as well. I learned recently that you shouldn't really wear powerful perfumes to restaurants because I guess it's kind of intimate. The restaurant I went to recently was quite a big restaurant and the perfume I wore was not the right setting or the right choice at all. For a fancy restaurant, you don't want to wear something that would interfere with other diners' food. You know, perfume smells good, but it doesn't taste good. Let me tell you that. For some reason, I'm thinking about iris. I would wear something probably powdery or irisy. Something that is kind of demure, but still makes a statement. So I'm gonna say Citizen Queen by Juliette Has a Gun. I usually wear it to bed actually, but I think I'm kind of damaged by my last restaurant experience. So I'm gonna choose something irisy and I'm gonna say that. Thanks for your question. The next question came on my Sisley Eau de Soie perfume review from a long time ago, and it's from Bonnie L. She says, haha, it's a posh pine tree with roses thrown in. How do you compare it to Dior Essence? I hope you're doing well. I'm answering this question because Dior Essence happens to be my mum's favorite perfume ever. She's a big part of the reason I love perfume. And in comparison, let me just tell you, Bonnie, both of them are chypres, but they are completely different in their texture and feeling. Dior Essence has the kind of glamorous, soapy, powdery type chypre feeling, where Sisley is full on, balls to the wall, scratchy, dark, and really piney type chypre. So they both are very characteristically strong when it comes to the chypre style, but they're kind of at opposite ends. Chypre is the most complex style of perfume that there is. Dior Essence is the soft, powdery, elegant, kind of mumsy version, and then Eau de Soie is their edgy statement, but still kind of vintage feeling, but much heavier, I would say, and a lot more difficult to wear. Both of them are amazing though. If you like chypre, if that's your style, definitely try both of them out for sure. Thanks for your question. Chelsea Moon asked a question on my July questions and answers, and it says, what is your zodiac sign? Well, the best one, Gemini, of course. Fun fact, my name also means twin, so I always say that I am the truest of true Geminis. No one better. The next question comes from Darian Burkitt, and this was on my Zoologist Nightingale review. He says, or she says, sorry, what's up with Moth? I liked it, but I could not detect the sillage nor the projection. Colour me surprised. I am so surprised by that comment and question because Moth to me, and I own almost 200 perfumes, Moth is one of the most powerful things I own. It is very enveloping, it is very tenacious, and just quick story, when I went to Turkey, I took 7 perfume samples with me and Moth was one of them. The night that I wore Moth, I ended up going to an outdoor club. The club didn't have a roof on it, and I was so aware of Moth. I don't know how you can not detect the sillage or projection. Maybe ask other people, because seriously, other people always comment on it when I wear it. I don't know. Maybe your skin eats it. Hand it over. I mean, I love it. If you want to send me it, I'll take it. I'll take it. The next question comes from Hossein Tejini, and this was on my, I think it might be Fleur de Cassis by Frederic Malle. It says, or maybe it's on Musc Ravageur. It says, is Musc Ravageur good to wear for casual and with jeans? I would say yes. I always think about Musc Ravageur as being a perfume that is definitely not as savage as the name sounds. When I think of Musc Ravageur, it makes it sound like it's an aggressive perfume, when in actual fact, it's very soft. It's really cozy, and it's actually very vanillic. And the musk in it is, even though it is a dark musk, it is completely soft. It's really, really gentle. It is tender almost, and it's super fluffy. So I would say Musc Ravageur is one of those perfumes that I would wear actually inside as opposed to out. So I hope that answers your question. Thank you. The next question was also on my July questions and answers, and it's from Linnea Hultain. I really am aware that I need to pronounce things right, but I don't know. She says, it always seems like perfumes last long, if being a perfume that does that, on my left arm, but always fade away much faster on my right arm. Is that normal, and how can it be? May it be that I'm better at applying with my right hand, if that is my main hand? It just feels confusing. I actually love this question. I'm a member of a website called Fragrantica. I'm guessing a lot of you might be as well. I've seen this question actually come up on forums before about the whole left wrist, right wrist phenomenon. There is no explanation for that. It's definitely not you being better at applying perfume one way or the other. Don't doubt yourself. You're okay. But I have experienced the same. I've experienced where perfume smells differently to my left, to my right, and who knows what that is. Maybe right-handed brain signals get sent to the wrist and it's more oily there, and there is no explanation for it. Don't doubt yourself. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy the fact that one perfume can smell different or last differently on both wrists. Longevity for me isn't an issue with the wrists. It's more that it can smell different, and it's a phantasmagorical thing. We just have to deal with it. I can't really answer that for you, but I really like your question because you're not alone. The next question was on my Eau Capitale review that I did for Diptyque, and it's from Ma Fa. Any other layer by Diptyque I should do with this? Also, what about compliment factor? Is it work safe? Nice to see this channel. Well, let's talk about Eau Capitale for a minute, because I have talked about this fragrance once on my channel, but I've talked about it in my head quite a lot more, because the first time I tried it, I dismissed it as a trying to be Portrait of a Lady by Frederic Malle thing. It's not by any means trying to be a dupe, but it is that theme. It is a dark patchouli rose, which is a great theme if you like roses darker. I think it's such a good example of that sort of style of perfume. To layer it, I always have a thing with layering. I really don't tend to do it that much. I really like to appreciate a perfume the way the perfumer intended it. For them, that must have been a piece of art or a big project. So I wear them for what they are. So layering, I don't know, that's all up to you. There are no uncombinable smells. Experiment, maybe see what happens. Is it work safe? I don't know, it depends on where you work. I can't really answer that question. Do you work in a hospital? Because I would say no. Do you work in a nightclub? Absolutely, go for it. Compliments, absolutely. I get compliments on that perfume all the time. It does garner compliments, it does garner intrigue. It's patchouli, which is gonna be a kind of love or hate thing, but the rose in this perfume is paired together perfectly with patchouli, and then you've got these sparks of pepper as well. So it's relatively simple, but it just works really well, and it's such a pleasure to wear. If you like Portrait of a Lady, I would say definitely try it. They're not by any means the same, but they are both patchouli roses, so definitely try it out. The next question was on my something about autumn. I can't remember what it was. And it's from Melissa A. My best friend loves dark, sexy fragrance. What would you recommend with a chai tea vibe? Thinking about Christmas, gift for her. Oh, that's so kind of you. You're a good friend. I can think of 2 perfumes off the top of my head that incorporate a chai tea thing. The first one is by a brand they're called Demeter in other countries. Over here, they're called the Fragrance Library in the UK, or maybe the Library of Fragrance. They're that brand that has the perfumes that are usually named a single thing. They have Play-Doh, they have Thunderstorm, they have Rain, they have Funeral Home. They have a perfume called Chai, I think. I can't remember what it's called. I'll put it in the video. I'll put it here somewhere anyway. They're usually pretty on the money with the way that their perfumes smell. So maybe try that one out. And they're quite affordable too. They're kind of novelty though, so maybe have a think about that. But yeah, they're a novelty kind of fun brand that create fragrances like baby powder and things like that. If you wanted to go niche and a little bit more expensive and kind of spectacular, there's a really cool brand called Baruti, and they have a perfume that is simply called Chai. Super strong, very complex, contains all of the things that you would find in a chai tea. Cinnamon, clove, cardamom, tea of course, all of those things. It's a real thick, heady and kind of voluptuous chai perfume. They come in little 30ml bottles and it's a very cool brand. I really like them. So they're called Baruti and their perfume is called Chai. Check them out. The next question comes from Oh Love. Everybody say love. Also on my autumn video that I just mentioned, it says, hi friend. Hi. I'm searching to see if you have any MFK perfumes. You mean Maison Francis Kurkdjian. What are your thoughts on Gentle Fluidity and Baccarat Extrait? I trust your opinion most. Well, I've only tried a few Maison Francis Kurkdjian perfumes. I can name them on one hand. So I have tried Amaris, which I think is very, very beautiful floral. My friend wears it. I don't think it's worth the price though. The second one I tried is Grand Soir, which is without a doubt a very exquisite amber perfume. But let's talk about Baccarat, because Baccarat is the famous one. It's the one everyone loves, and I am not a fan of it. My boss actually wears it every day, and in terms of sillage, amazing. In terms of performance, amazing. You really have to like saffron though, and saffron can be really tricky in perfumery. It can be weird, medicinal, band-aid, ink, paint, all of these kind of strange things. And it really is about a dry, woody saffron that projects like crazy. I don't see any beauty in it, but I can see why people might like it. It is kind of weird and unique, but I'm not a fan of it, and it's also incredibly expensive. So yeah, I get to smell it on a daily basis pretty much, and I'm just not a fan. But I need to delve into MFK a lot more. So I'll admit that. I need to smell more. The last question comes from Panasonic's Love, and it was on my Alien Best and Worst of Alien flankers. Is there anywhere to get Alien Essence? It's $279 on eBay. Finally, I will say Alien Essence Absolute, while being an amazing, beautiful perfume, is one of those perfumes that's fallen prey to discontinuation, and now everyone that maybe had it before has capitalized on that and thought, hey, I can make some dollar bills here and I can fleece people for that. There is nowhere that I know of that you will find it, especially physically in a shop. Online, pretty much no. You might have to be one of those people that if you really, really want it, you're gonna have to buy it or shell out all of that money. I don't like it when that happens, but unfortunately it does, and it's one of many that it's happened to, so I can't really help you, I'm sorry. Anyway guys, that was my questions and answers of late. I hope you liked it. I will try and get myself back into the game, I promise. Yeah, I hope you're enjoying this autumnal season, or wherever you are, whatever season it is where you are. I'm ALCHEMY, trying to make the world smell better, one video at a time. I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye.